Today we are going to give a brief overview of the types of sources we encounter while doing research at KU Libraries, which will help you choose the right information for your purpose. At the end of this tutorial, you will have learned about popular sources such as magazines and newspapers, and scholarly sources such as academic journals. As we explore the differences between popular and scholarly sources, we will use Graffiti as an example as we search in library databases, such as Academic Search Complete. As with all searches in library databases, it's a good idea to brainstorm alternative search items, so we identified Banksy, Basquiat, street art, and political expression as synonyms to aid exploration of library databases. The first popular source we will discuss today is magazines. Magazines such as Vogue, GQ, and Sports Illustrated are intended for general interest and entertainment. Think about the magazines you see in the doctor's office or in the checkout line at Target. The articles are short and you can usually read them in one sitting. The articles in this type of popular source are written by staff writers, who generally have a wide breadth of knowledge covering several topics without a depth of knowledge on any particular topic. Additionally, magazine articles do not contain bibliographies or works cited pages, which demonstrate the research the journalist conducted in order to write the article. This means articles in magazines are not scholarly. If we type Graffiti into the search bar in Academic Search Complete, the database returns 2,633 results, which include scholarly articles, as well as popular magazine and newspaper articles, among other results. If we check the box next to Magazines on the left-hand side of the screen under the heading Source Types, we can limit our results to only magazine articles. As we will see, this process can be repeated to limit our results to newspapers and academic journals. Now, the database has left us with magazine articles and removed all other types of sources. If we click on the first article title, we can read an article from Smithsonian, a popular magazine that seems like it should be a scholarly source. But in fact, Smithsonian is written for a broad, popular audience. From here, we can save, print, or email the article in order to use it later. Next, we will discuss newspapers. Newspapers, such as the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Lawrence Journal World, are great resources for events happening in the moment and in the past. Researchers often look to newspapers for interviews, personal accounts, and local news to flesh out academic research. Again, newspaper articles are written by staff writers, who generally have a wide breadth of knowledge covering several topics, often without a depth of knowledge on any particular topic. This means newspaper articles are not scholarly. Additionally, these articles do not contain a bibliography. Again, we can limit our search results to newspapers only by checking the box next to newspapers on the left-hand side of the page under the heading Subject Types. If we click on the blue title of the second result, we see a screen showing all of the bibliographic information for this particular newspaper article, as well as an abstract and a list of subjects covered in the article. If we click on the Get at KU link on the upper left-hand side of the screen, we can read the article. Now you can read the article online as well as save, print, or email it. Scholarly sources, also known as academic, scholarly, and peer-reviewed journals, are most appropriate for many academic assignments. Articles in scholarly journals are written by experts, which mean the writer usually has a specialized degree and has spent years researching and writing about that topic. Often these articles are peer-reviewed, which means that other experts in the same field of study have decided that the research contributes to the academic conversation. At the end of each article, you will find either a bibliography or works cited page demonstrating research by the writer. These are useful places to find other sources helpful for your own research and writing. These articles are in-depth and lengthy, so unlike magazines or newspaper articles, you will have to spend some time reading and critically thinking about each article. Again, we can limit our search results to scholarly articles by clicking the box next to academic journals. If we click on the third entry, bibliographies or works cited pages, in this case also called references, lists all the sources this particular scholar read in order to write this article. Most of these sources should be cited and mentioned in the text of the article. If we are having trouble finding sources or narrowing/broadening our research topic, consulting a bibliography at the end of an article we found useful will help us locate other sources. For example, if we were researching for this assignment and chose to focus on graffiti as a cultural artifact, what types of sources would we search for in the library databases? As this assignment calls for a popular culture artifact, it may be helpful to begin by consulting popular sources such as magazines and newspapers. But the assignment also asks for scholarly sources, so we will have to perform an academic journal search too. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. From here, go to the library's homepage or to the nearest library and get started with your research.